Hello, my name is Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. My description of my last video, I put down that it doesn't matter if I had $1 million, and there's several reasons for that. The reason I put that in there, one, we all know the saying, money can't buy me love. Past 2 years I've never had more stuff and things in my life I thought I'd never see, let alone actually have, and it didn't mean anything to me. It all just sad. I didn't do anything with anything because without my kids, it didn't matter to me. My passion, and everybody who knows me knows one of my biggest passions is fishing. And the past 2 years I've only gone out a couple of times, in part because of my health. There's been times where people tried to get me to go and I was planning to go and I couldn't because of my health, and even times where I did go and had to come straight back and can enjoy it. So my other aspect is obviously I'm here talking so much about the systems and how corrupt and wrong it all is. Even if I had $1 million and hired the best attorney in the world, it's all still a crapshoot. In the end, it doesn't matter what's right, wrong, doesn't matter who has evidence, what the evidence is, or any of it. It just depends on what somebody's feeling one day, who it sits in front of, and whatever reason they come up with the ideas that they come up with. I've already proven I have evidence. Do you have evidence? No. No. Too bad about the evidence. We don't want to look at that, and we're just going to take words. Oh, but only one person's words. That's wrong. Completely wrong. It's the opposite of what our systems are supposed to be. But it is what they are, and it's complete bias all over the board. I mean, we know so much about it with like millionaires getting away with whatever crimes they want to get away with, but yet people still support it and can't live without giving them more of their money and letting it all continue. That's why it continues. I knew a woman a couple years ago. She went through a divorce, and he was the crazy one and did all sorts of insane stuff. After the divorce, that woman spent, the last I had heard back, $20,000 she had spent in legal fees trying to fight because her daughter at 8 years old was inappropriate sexual and all sorts of inappropriate behavior around her daughter that her daughter at 8 years old was uncomfortable with. This is a father who owned a bar and would bring home women from the bar, and it's the dads that I just want to stomp and trample because they're the ones who give us the bad names. You give me my kid, women don't need to be around me. It's about my kid. And then, like over my life, I don't want my time with my kid to just be me and my kid. He has to have friends, and there's been people that I introduced with children and have friends with. So I don't want to make it just, it's just me and my kid. But at the same time, obviously a lot of things that people do are wrong and bad. This is also a dad who put GPS tracker on her car and would show up wherever she was and make scenes, and she ended up finding a GPS tracker on her car, but you can't do anything about that in court because there's laws that protect the person who put that on your car, so we can't go back and find out, even tell you who it actually was. But obvious is obvious. And that battle still continued. Nothing ever happened. And these systems, I mean, it really, in so many of these court systems, the systems in themselves are nothing but just an absolute money laundering racket is all it is. Either right is right, wrong is wrong. Nobody should be spending $20,000. You either tell your client that was nothing we can do, or you fight and you win, and it shouldn't take $20,000 to get there. Especially when you're finding needles and you bring evidence and things that, hey, I found these needles in his house, and then none of that mattered. It wasn't about the kid. So to me, it's all a crapshoot. You could have all the money in the world, just spend it and spend it and spend it and spend it. And where does it get you? Some people maybe somewhere. Some people running dog chasing their tail, circle, circle, circle. And obviously I'm here to talk big time about men's rights because it is one that is completely trampled, but at the same time I've seen right and wrong happen on both sides, and I'm here to talk about both of them. There are definitely instances on both sides where it's just, this is wrong. And equality should always be equality. At least that's the world I was raised to believe in. And I've had money. I've fought battles. And all the attorneys did was spend me chasing my tail. Just went through it again. Been through it before. All depends on the system you're in and the attorneys that are in this system, and it's wrong. That is completely wrong. So how do you continue fighting those battles? Keep throwing money in the ring and chasing your tail, and in the end just doing nothing but sniffing shit? That's not the way I work. I've done it. Definition of insanity, we all know it. So I'm asking you, how else do we fight these battles?